Okay, I think we're live. Let me see, let me check. See if I am live or not. I need to check really quickly. Okay, we are live, which is good. Anyway, just see if we can get the live scene quickly. Okay, let me get the footage. Oh wait, that's not the right one. Nope, not the right one. Trying to find the frickin' video. Okay. Okay. Yep, I think we're ready. I think we're good now. I think we're good. I think we are okay now. Okay. So we're gonna do this ranking cuz we will be ranking every single Mario Rabbids uh Kingdom Battle or not Kingdom Battle, Mario Rabbids boss and characters, like how they are. So for bosses, so we're gonna start at the bosses cuz I thought of this idea back a month ago, like when the Rayman DLC was coming out for Sparks of Hope. I got it, and then I thought to myself, I adore both. I love both of these games, and and I have a very good place in my heart, and I know a lot about them. Why don't I do a ranking of all characters and also bosses? Surely there's not that many. And I looked, and there's around 32 bosses, and that includes the first game, the second one, the DLC for the first one, the DK Adventure, all the DLC for Sparks of Hope, the Spark Hunter DLC, and the Rayman one. Yes, they do count it. Yes, they are bosses, so there's that. Anyway, so we're gonna do that for now. So we are going to type it out because I can't find an actual good tier list to actually do it. So okay, here we go. So I think yep, right here. Week. Alright, I think we're gonna go one by one. Actually, let's not do this one for now. Let's just go with the generic ranking right now. So let's go with that for now. Where is it? Okay, where the hell is it? So we're gonna start off with Mario. We're gonna start off with the. We're gonna start off with this for now. Mario Rabbit's boss fight. So this is the origin. This is the original. Why is this a thing? But yeah, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, that's 14 bosses in Kingdom Battle. So we're gonna start off with this. Alright now. So S tier, I believe, is for like really good bosses, like they're really great, maybe even amazing, but I mean they're not that amazing. A tier is for like it's pretty good, really good. B tier is like, it's pretty solid. It's good. Generic good. It's just solid. Pretty much that's just how it goes. Stupid ads. I hate these ads so damn much. I hate whenever these happens, but just ignore the ads that are playing in the background because they suck. Just ignore them for now. So anyway, the C tier is like it's okay, like it's meh, like it's an alright, it's alright. And then D tier is like for the pretty mediocre bosses or outright bad. Which I assure there's probably not really a bad boss. None of them are terrible, But like the boss lineup for Kingdom Battle is good. It is a pretty good boss lineup, but it definitely could have been a bit better. There's some that are okay, some that are pretty good, some are great. It's just a mixture. No. I don't think there's any bosses in here that are flat out perfect, like amazing. But I also don't think there's any outright bad bosses. There's not like any outright bad ones, even in both of these games. It is a pretty solid. It's pretty solid. So without further ado, let's get to the ranking. So first we have Rabbit Plant, which is he. At first, I remember fighting him back in 2017. I was like, I think 9 years old at the time, and he was at first he was a challenge for me because I mean I was young and stupid. But now, cause one thing I need, oh yeah, one thing I need to mention is that I also did replay everything from the series from August to September, where we are. I have replayed the original Kingdom Battle with all the DLC. Same with Sparks of Hope. I replayed that one again and played the Rayman and Sparks of Hope DLC as well to get a confirmation on that one, I guess. But yeah, I did replay them all, so I'm just gonna base off them from what I've done. So Private Plan, he's decent. Like I like the design and I like the design and how he moves and he makes so much fucking weird noise. It's kind of funny to me. So there's that. But otherwise, he's not great, but I wouldn't call him outright bad at the same time. He's just alright. I'm just gonna put him C tier. He's alright. He's an alright boss. He has good things, but he has some good things, but nothing that stands out in my opinion. He's a good starter boss. I get it. He's the starter boss he's the starter boss of this game, which again you need to make them pretty easy and like kind of like tutorial bosses, which is fine, but comparing them to rest of games, even this one, it's like why? But it's all like I said, it's alright. It's an alright boss. So let's continue with the ranking. Next is so there's technically so okay, so we have the original fight with Rabbit Kong in World 1. In the World 1. The original Rabbit Kong. Definitely an improvement over Rabbit Plant. He's a good boss. I gotta say, all the bosses of RabbitCon are pretty good. This one in particular, you don't. I mean, you have to press the. I think it's like a whole battlefield, and he pushes you away if you're not if you're in the middle of any, because he can switch positions, either right, top, right, left, or bottom. He could do that pretty much. So you have to avoid that. What I would do is that I think at that point you would unlock Luigi, pretty much, or like the Sentry. I would just use them to like hit the barriers on Rabbit Kong and I would just shoot them. But as an actual fight, it's pretty good. It's 3 phases. He doesn't have that much HP. It only has 150, but based on the guns we have, that's a lot of HP. Like I said, based on the guns we have. So you have to do this 3 times in order to beat him, and the cutscene is pretty funny after you fucking beat him. You should probably check that out, play the game, or watch it on YouTube. It's pretty good. But yeah, as a boss, he's pretty good. I like the design of him. He's a pretty iconic boss. He would go on to become a boss for another DLC for the DLC the Donkey Kong. Pretty good. I say pretty good. Might even be an A tier. I don't see that much flaws. And I don't see in the high stuff are pretty high. So I'm actually gonna put him A tier. Really, really good boss. Really stands out from the rest. Next is I think what was the oh yeah, Blizzy and Sandy. These two are basically just a duo boss. So there's that. One of the more forgettable, in my opinion, one of the more forgettable bosses. I'll probably put it like, I think I'm gonna put it below Rabbit Plant, because at least with Per Rabbit Plant, he's a lot more memorable, even though it isn't that great of a fight. You know, he isn't that great, but he's still pretty memorable. So at least he has that. But with Blizzy and Sandy, I don't know. They're like again, they're probably the most forgettable bosses in the whole series. I mean, what do they have? I mean, there's two versions, one ice and one tornado. Like, although the Blizzy, has like way so low HP because I think by the time you're like at that area, like you have stronger weapons. So only Blizzy with uh 200, I think it was 210 damage. Yeah, she would be gone. She would be over pretty much. She's not that strong either, I think, but can reach long distance. So at least that's something. So there's that. And Sandy's a lot more better, but kind of has the same problem as Blizzy where it's like it's over because the fight is like too over too soon. I feel like it's way too over too soon. It's just not that memorable in my opinion. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it like C tier, like below per rabbit plant. So that's the top three so far. Anyway, what is this freaking thing right here? That's funny. But next we have Icicle Golem. I'm gonna put him B tier. I'm gonna put him I'm gonna put him B tier. Not as good as a Rabbit Kong fight, pretty much, but I think at this point in the game, I think Bowser Jr. Yes, Bowser Jr. He's in. He's like 90% of the freaking like he's just 90% of the villain of this game until like Bowser shows up. But yeah, oh yeah, also there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. So if you wanted to play this, if you're in the middle of playing these two games or you want to play them and you don't want to experience any spoilers, leave and maybe watch this when you finish them, please, or rewatch the stream. I don't know. But he's pretty good. My only problem is that damn it, what was it? I can't think of any problem. Well, I think there is a problem. There is a problem. He's basically like a tank, pretty much. And I think the reason I don't like the boss isn't even his fault. I think it's Peach's fault, 'cause in this boss, are required to play. You are required to play as Peach, pretty much. And she's the only character in the game where you have to like she's the only character in the game that has things unlocked with the skill tree pretty much. So you have to, and one of the dumb mechanics in my opinion that were in this game where you had to have Mario always on the team. You always have to have him on the team. You can't switch him. And you always had to have like two rabbits and one Mario character or two Mario characters and one rabbit. You can't have all Mario characters and all rabbit characters. That was my only problem with this game, looking back, because it really should have done that. But I guess with the restrictions they had, because this is the first time, and again, they were using the Mario IP a lot from Nintendo, so they had to be careful. So it makes sense why they did that. But back to I said it like a British. Osako Golem. Okay, we'll stop. But back to him. He's basically has this like whole canon thing, or no, I think it was Yeah, I was at the Bowser Jr. part. Pretty much Spawny, who's also the being who kind of turns rabbits in these enemies, I guess, and these bosses. So that's fun. Really good job on there, Spawny. But he pretty much drops Bowser Jr. into like a fridge, and then and that fridge becomes like a whole icicle golem, I think. So once you get to the fight, it's pretty much again three phases. At first he has his little shield, so you have to go like behind him or the side of him to shoot, pretty much. And that's pretty much the first phase. The second one, I think it's like 500 HP every single like round. So the second phase he loses the shield this time, and he also has hero. I think he also has hero sight as well. So yeah, there's that. And then once you defeat him in the third phase, it gets a little interesting. He gets like in the sand, in like the not the sand, the ice, like kind of like quicksand in a way. He gets kind of dragged in there a little bit, but he still moves to like another side of the battlefield, so you have to go there and shoot at him. But and even then, after you defeat him, you have to do one more thing: is his head will fall off, and you have to freaking dash it. I can see some people not being a fan of it, because of like if they're like 1 HP and they have to wait for their next turn and they die by another enemy. Yeah, I get that. Personally, since I'm pretty good at this game, no bragging. I'm not trying to brag or anything. But since I'm pretty good, it's not that much of a problem. And yeah, that's pretty much the fight. And you unlock Peach. It's overall a solid fight, just not one of my favorites. Like again, it's solid. It's a solid fight, but it's probably my least favorite like boss, like final boss in like a level. Kind of like my least favorite, since every single like world, there's only 4 worlds in this game, and each has like a boss in them, like the last one before you get to the next world. But as for that, this is my least favorite. And saying this is my least favorite about a boss who still is a pretty solid, who still has a solid fight, really tells you how good the final bosses for each world, for each of these worlds are pretty good. Okay, so yeah, V tier. Anyway, check my recording. I think my recording is okay. How's my recording? Okay, I think my recording is okay. Yep, my recording's okay. That's good. Okay, next we have, I think we have Calavia. Yeah, it's Calavia. Okay. He's probably he's gonna be B tier. I'm just debating if he is above or below Icicle Golem. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna put him below. But before we get to why I picked them, let's get to the actual fight, or like the upcoming stuff. So again, we're in World 3. It's the creepy stuff, and this is actually when you need to. This is one thing I actually really like is he actually uses Rabbit Yoshi as his attack, who is another character you unlock after the fight, who is pretty crazy. RIP the man and Yoshi for not coming to Sparks of Hope. Rest in peace, my boys. But continuing that, he pretty much has like again kind of like Icicle Golem. He has like a shield in a way where you have to go behind him or the side to shoot him. Pretty similar, but this time he has like 1,100 HP this time. So there's that. It is overall again like Icicle Golem, a solid fight. Just nothing too great, nothing that great. It's still a solid fight. It's good. It's a good fight. But nothing. But it's not very. It's not that. Damn it! What was it? Not that Okay, whatever. I'll stop with that. But yeah, the fight is cool. I like the design of the. I like the design of it. It looks nice. And again, him using Rabbit Yoshi as an actual weapon is fucking hilarious. That is hilarious right there. So for that, you get a B tier. So there's that. Anyway, next one. Oh, this is probably gonna be A tier, or maybe even S tier, to be honest. That's how iconic and great this fight is. Next we have the Phantom. I'm gonna put him above Rabbit Kong. I might even put him in S tier if I'm being very generous. But yeah, the Phantom is a very, very memorable fight in the game. Now that I think about it, the first game when it's had its DLC, the main like villain was Rabbit Kong, and now in the Rayman DLC, it's now the Phantom. It's now the Phantom, pretty much. That's two bosses from the original that made the final, or like made it as a final boss in DLC. That's kind of hilarious, actually. But yeah, this one is still really, really good. The thing that really makes it is like how it works, the battlefield, and the cutscenes. I know it isn't. I know it isn't really that, or like. Sorry for stuttering a lot. I just can't think right now with the good head. But yeah, the cutscenes are really great. Some of my favorites. But again, I can't really put that into the ranking because we're talking about the actual fight, not like any cutscenes or anything. But I'm still gonna give it a boost because it's fucking amazing. And the singing is whoo good. We haven't even talked about the fight yet. But continuing, you basically have to destroy these, like, I believe you have to destroy these 3 light bolts. You had to destroy these 3 light bolts. Actually, I'm gonna go on YouTube. We're gonna show the fight because I think it's way more interesting showing the fight. Way more interesting. Hey, look at there. There's me. Rabbits, bosses. It's gonna be a lot more interesting showing the fights. It's gonna be a lot more interesting. So let's go here. I know it's technically stealing content, but
Something's coming.
Something powerful. Something.
Let's just go. Okay. So let's go to the Phantom fight. Pretty memorable, you can see. So Junior pretty much just kind of uses Spawny pretty much to create them all. Like I said, Spawny creates all the enemies and the mini bosses, and the cutscenes are amazing as well. Awesome, as you could tell. But getting to the actual fight, you have to destroy these like light bolts over here, and he's basically the hogs the spotlight, which is just genius in my opinion. That's just genius. So you pretty much, and you can't attack him. You have to attack him pretty much, because it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, buddy. So you gotta like wait a turn here, and then you can attack him there because he hogs the spotlight, which exposes, well, you know. So after you destroy, you have to attack him, and you have to do this 3 times. But every single time, like for example, the second one you have to destroy 2, and then in the third one you have to destroy 3. So there's that. Oh yeah, the Valkyries suck. Valkyries suck so bad. So there's that. Anyway, but that's pretty much how the Phantom fight is. And also after the second phase, when you get them, you actually get another cutscene. That's pretty good. Let's watch it. And I gotta say, the trailer, like one of the trailers I watched, they had this song right here, and it was so fucking good and memorable that I needed to pick it. It was single-handedly the reason why I picked up the game. So, you know what? You know what? Just for you, my boy, you're going to the S tier. Just for you, my boy. Alright. Great fight, really good one, very memorable. Hardly any flaws in my opinion. I think the only flaw I have is that the next fight with him in the Rayman DLC is just, it's one of my favorites. It's better. It's amazing. But let's continue. So next we have wait a minute. Yeah, the Bowser Jr. So next we have the Bowser Jr. fight, who's pretty much at that point 90% the villain of the entire game. Like I said, until like you defeat him in this one, because it's like we're in the last world. This is World 4. But as a fight, it's like I said, it's good, but again, not that great. Like I like how it goes. Yeah, he basically works as like a smasher, where you shoot him and he's going to you pretty much, and he moves pretty slowly, and he also has a sentry as well, a cemetery or whatever that thing was called. But he pretty much has that, so you have to destroy it. You have to destroy it. And the combo with Mario and Luigi's Hero Sight is fucking broken. So use that. Use that right there for now. But yeah, really good boss. I'm still gonna put him A tier, or not A tier, B tier. He's a good. It's a good fight. Don't get me wrong. It's a good one. Don't get me wrong. So the combo with Mario and Luigi, you can see with the hero sight is amazing. He only has like he only has like I think a thousand HP, or not a thousand HP. I think he just had like 1,800 HP actually. Let me see. I don't know. No, never mind. 2,000. Jesus. Yeah, this guy's kind of hard. He was a kind of hard boss, but not that bad at the same time. So there's that. Next, before we get to the actual final boss, we're going into some pretty weird ones. Wario and Waluigi. And there's another one, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, these guys are pretty damn weird. Like as an actual characters, like they don't have that much character because they're just bosses, just rabbit versions of Wario and Waluigi. Although I like how they change body types. That is just hilarious. But as an actual fight, Like it's B tier. Most of these are good, but not amazing. With only a few, like I said, okay. But most of these are solid. So there's that. So there's that for now. But it is overall a pretty memorable fight. Although you fight them like twice, like the first time you meet them, and the second time with a certain other boss that we'll talk about. But there's that. But as an actual like fight, they're not that. It just functions as a regular level. Cause I think Barrio, I think Barrio like he pretty much has. If we're talking Barrio, then we're just talking about Waluigi. Or no, we're just talking about the rabbit version of Wario, pretty much. Well, I guess Wario is the giant one. I guess I don't know, but he pretty much just acts. They're all both of them just act like regular enemy types, which is a little disappointing and a little underwhelming. But it's I don't mind it too much. It's not too bad. Again, it is a good fight, and I like it. Just could have been a little bit better. So there's that. Next is the Lava Queen. Don't know why she's a boss, honestly. She honestly just should have functioned as a regular. Well, I don't know, like middle of C tier. I don't know. I don't know why she's a boss that much. Pretty much. I don't know why she's a boss. She's just okay. She's okay. Definitely better than Blissey Sandy, but a little slightly worse than Rabbit Plants. Per Rabbit Plants. So there's that. I don't know. I have nothing to say. She just functions as a regular Valkyrie, just with stronger attacks, pretty much, and that's really about it in terms of variety. Pretty underwhelming. Anyway, time for the actual final boss, Bowser. Bowser. But it is, yeah, this boss is fucking tough. This is one of the hardest bosses in any video game I played, pretty much. But if you know what you're doing, that's not it's not, it's still pretty hard, but at least it isn't as brutal. But as an actual fight, it's really good. As an actual fight, I would put it A tier, like above Rabbit Kong, but not as good as the Phantom. He's still pretty damn fucking memorable, pretty much. But he's still good. Still a good fight. I don't know. I don't have a ton to say about him right now. He does has like dragon wings. He does hit for a lot, and again, he like the others, he has three phases. The first one I think is just regular, like he can fire breathe and go to you. The second one's a lot more interesting because he like I think he puts fire around the arena, so you gotta watch out where you are. And the third one is probably the best one because in that one more enemies come up, and you have to hide behind these blocks, like these giant blocks, pretty much, and you have to hide behind them. And if you don't, he's gonna screw you over because you can't attack him because he has a shield. So you have to so after your turn and you have to hide behind these blocks, he'll go for one of you, and once he hits you, he's gonna be dizzy. So that's your opportunity to hit him, and that's the boss. It's really good. Really good. It's a good conclusion to Spark. Not Spark. It's a really good conclusion to Kingdom Battle. Although the final boss for a certain other game is just better, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, now time. But we're not done with Kingdom Battle yet. We still have other bosses in the Donkey Kong DLC. So let's go. So the first one is Side Eye. Yeah, he's not that great. I put him above Valkyrie, but not as good as Parapet Plant, in my opinion. He's an okay boss, and he's just a starter boss for the Donkey Kong for the DK DLC. But at the same time, all his mechanic is basically running. His entire mechanic is just running away because he's a scaredy cat. So you have to like chase him, and it's kind of annoying. But again, he has some solid attacks, and I like how he goes underwater, or not underwater. He goes under the sand pretty much. And with the whole Donkey Kong mechanics you can see are pretty memorable as well. So there's that. Is that for now? It's good. It's good. It's good. Anyway, continuing. We have what the fuck was his name? What the hell was his name? Do we have anyone? Oh, oh, SpongeBob 23. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I wonder if does anyone know who's this guy's name? I don't even remember. So there's that. I don't even remember his fucking name. But we're just gonna damn it, I forgot his freaking name. We're just gonna call him the Shark Man, cause I still remember him. So he's a good boss, probably better than Boru and Waluigi, but not as good as any other bosses in B tier, personally. He's just like Side Eye, but he's a lot more like not scaredy cat, and he's actually gonna attack you, and his movement is fucking crazy. And this time he actually has hero sight, so you gotta watch out for that. And every time you attack him, he like kind of pushes you for like 20 damage push, and you can probably like go through the barrier and deal even more damage. So that's pretty fun and annoying. But other than that, it's solid. Like I said, it's decent in a way. It's like solid. Like I said, most of these bosses are just good. Most of them are good, with three which are really, really good, one that's great, and the rest are just okay. But next we have, this is interesting, because we fight Rabbit Kong again, but the second time you fight him, there's technically three. The second one, which is like around halfway through the game, or like kind of like later halfway through, and the last one at the very end. But this one, which is Mega Rabbit Kong, Mega in the title. But this one, you don't actually fight him, you have to fight his giant pool. You can attack him, but that doesn't absorb any of his damage, it just goes to the pool instead. So you have to damage it with I think bombs, I think it was, or like burial bombs, I believe. It's a good, like I said, I know I'm getting a bit repetitive here. I know. But again, it is a lot better than it is probably it's more creative. I'm gonna give him he's a pretty good fight. He's pretty good. Better than Ice Golem, but not as good as Bowser Jr. So there's that. Anyway, but that's pretty much all I have to say. Although I gotta say, the cutscene when you enter the boss is hilarious. One of the best in the whole damn series. Just look it up on YouTube. But yeah, now for the last one, the Kingdom Battle, we have Mega Rabbit Kong again. But this time, this is actually really good. Probably better than the original Rabbit Kong fight. It's a lot more epic. I love the setting. It's like a sand beach. I'll probably just show you guys if it's I'll probably show you guys. Let me go back. Let me go back here for a sec. So, yep, over here. Mario cookies, of course. I have yet to try them. Haha, they know my audience. But yeah, that's pretty much how that's pretty much how the boss. I love the setting with the sand. Let's just go back here. I think this is, yep, the last one. The last one right here. He pulls up a fucking two banana crypt, and there's DK, Rabbit Cranky, and Rabbit Peach, and Depot. He literally just does like a all-timer right here. He has like a whole sword kind of, well, not a sword, but like a whole like kind of like a sword spinning thing. 11th hour encore. That adds to everything. But it's like a whole sand. And I like how it's like, I love how in like in this like battlefield, there's not actually that much music, actually. That is really interesting. I love the setting, it's like a whole beach. There's actually not that much music. Just with a few exceptions what there's music. See like this part right here? There's like no music. It adds to the intensity. It's really good. Okay, why is my... Okay, for some reason my frame rate is terrible. Change that. Freaking Oh yeah, it's really good. So I'm gonna have to put it... I'm gonna put it above his original, but not as good as Bowser. Pretty much. And yeah, that is the ranking of all of the Kingdom Battle bosses. So, from worst to best, we'll go. So I think we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So at number 14, we got, so this is not my official thing. I still have to, this is just how I feel right now. So some of these could change in the future, but we'll see. So number 14 is Blizzy and Sandy. Not the worst fight in the world, and it's definitely not bad. It's just the most forgettable boss in my opinion. So there's that, and doesn't have that much to make up. Number 13 is Lava Queen. Don't know why she's an actual boss. She could just been she honestly just should have been a regular enemy. Not sure why though, but it's fine. There's that. The next we have Side Eye. He's more of a scaredy cat, and it's okay. Like it's alright. And then next we have Parabaslant. Now we're getting into the decent bosses now. This one is pretty decent. Again, just like the others, it's kind of okay, but this one has a lot more mechanics I like, and I like the design a lot more. It's pretty funny. Next we're to the next, I think 14, 15, 13, 12. Oh, now we're in the top 10 now. Number 10, Borio and Waluigi. The first pretty solid, the first pretty decent fight. Again, this is also just decent. But this time, I like how again them showing up is still odd to me. That is crazy. But I just wish they had I just wish they didn't use the same attacks as other rabbit enemies, which is what kind of which is kind of why they ranked really lower on the list or really low on the tier list. But number 9 is the I forgot his name, Shark Guy. Good fight overall, but good fight overall. Number 8, Calavia. I love how he uses Rabbit Yoshi as an actual weapon, which is hilarious. So there's that. Number 7, Icicle Golem. Number 7, Icicle Golem. Pretty good fight overall. Although I can see some people ranking it a lot lower than me since they don't love it that much, but I still like it. Next is the second. Next is the first time you beat or the first time you meet Mega Rabbit Kong or fight him. It is pretty good, and I like the concept, and it is pretty, and I like how I like his design. It's pretty good. The number 5 is Bowser Jr. Now we're getting into really good fights. This one is no exception. Again, this one is no exception. This one is good. Excuse me. Oh, I had to burp there for a second. But yeah, really good fight. Like the mechanics a lot here. Although Bowser Jr. could be pretty hard, but it's a good hard, like a pretty good hard fight. Anyway, number 4 is the original Rabbit Kong. Rabbit Kong is just ranking everything good right now. Really good. A lot better than I remember. A lot better than I remember, honestly. It's just really great. Or not it's just not really great, but like really good. So there's that. Next is the third version of Mega Rabbit Kong or the so there's the third time you fight him. Really good. Love the setting a lot. I really like how it is, and I like how the music doesn't actually play that much. It's really good. Number 2 is Mega Dragon Bowser. Fucking epic music, fucking epic atmosphere, and the design is amazing. And again, it is another really hard boss to beat, but again, it's still really good. And number 1, the Phantom. A really great boss with really great memorability, great cutscenes. I just really like everything about this fight. It's just really great. And yeah, that is the list for every single Mario Rabbids boss, or at least Kingdom Battle. We still have another game to go through. So we're gonna do all bosses in Sparks of Hope. Problem is the DLC isn't actually there yet. So let me see if I can actually find an actual good tier list with good stuff in here. So there's that. Don't know what this one's for. Oh, I think that's just characters probably. Yeah, that's just characters. We will do the characters. We will okay. For now, let's just do characters now. We'll just do characters in Kingdom Battle, pretty much. So yep, it includes yep, okay. So it has every single character. My only problem is that I want to rank both different versions, kind of like how Mario, like all the characters like Mario, Rabbit, Luigi, Rabbit, Peach, Luigi, Rabbit, Mario, Peach, in those six. I do on those six characters pretty much. The 6 characters. That's I do want to rank them differently, like the different versions, like the Kingdom Battle versions and the Sparks of Hope, because they do have different weapons and ability. They do have weapon. They have different weapons. And with Rabbit Mario not having the dance anymore, he has like an entirely new ability. Is that? But I think another day I'll probably do that. So we're just gonna rank every single character. So basing off Mario, Rabbit, Luigi, all these six, I'm gonna be basing them on the Sparks of Hope version, and the rest are the same. So there's that. So Mario, he's pretty good. He's all right. Like his weapons do okay damage. Like again, his weapons do okay damages, and his hero side is god tier. But other than that, no, I'm also not including any sparks for the list as well. No sparks, not sparks. I'm only including their guns and their ability, and that's really about it. So there's that. But yeah, Mario's B tier. He's 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 okay. He's a pretty alright character. He's pretty alright, but also not that great. But yeah, next is Rabbit Luigi. Again, he is I think around the same or not. He's definitely not as OP as he was in Kingdom Battle. He was not as OP, but he's still a good character. So I'm gonna put him above Mario. He's still a good character, just noticeably downgraded and nerfed a lot. So there's that. Because his the thing that made him OP was the vampire dash, which if you dash people in the original Kingdom Battle, you can get HP back, and they stay that way. And other characters can get HP just from shooting at them. It was a god tier ability that they had to use for a spark instead. So there's that. Rabbit Peach, I want to put S tier or A tier just for the voice lines and character personality. But as a character, she's still good. So I'm gonna put her A tier. Put her A tier. Maybe even I might even put her lower honestly on like B tier at the most. The thing is her weapon isn't the strongest. I think she's more about the healing more than the actual fighting. Like her fighting is okay, but it's not that great at the same time. So there's that. But yeah. Other than that, pretty great, pretty good character. I really like it. Really like her. She's pretty good. Next is Luigi. Luigi, like, okay, so one thing I forgot to mention, I'm only rating these characters by their weapons, how much damage they do, how much useful they are, and their abilities is how useful it is and how good it is. I'm only basing off of them. No sparks aren't allowed, and that's pretty much how it goes. And that's pretty much how it is. But not Rabbit. Luigi himself, pretty honestly, I gotta say S tier. Honestly, I have to say S tier. He's like really strong. He's really strong. Like the more far away you are from an enemy, the more damage you're gonna be able to you can take more. You can make more. So if you're close to an enemy, it won't do that much damage. But if you're far away from an enemy, it will do god tier freaking. It will do. It doesn't. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it's still like it makes him OP honestly. And added hero sight will make him even more OP. And using sparks like invincibility in another one is also great. He's one of my favorite characters to play. The only downside I have with him is that he does not have that much HP, which sucks. But yeah, other than that, really a surprise banger that I did not think would be that great, but it surprised me. Next we have Rabbit Mario. He was S tier, God tier in the original Kingdom Battle. And then again, they did have to nerf him just a little bit, but even then, he's still, in my opinion, the best character in the entire He's the best character in the whole game, both games. I guess Rabbit Mario is just God tier. He's God tier, pretty much. His weapons are like the strongest in the game, and compared that with other Sparks, but we're not gonna include that. Just alone is amazing, and his ability, pretty much, he's basically on the offense side. So he's basically an offense character only, pretty much. So even if you're in front of an enemy or you get hit, he can counterattack or not counter. He can damage the other opponent how many times you want using the skill tree. And that doesn't even include the sparks as well. Like if he uses its ability and you can even get the disco spark, which does the exact same thing his original ability did, where he gets enemies closer in and he can damage them. He still has the exact same like type of things as the original, so I'm still happy about that. So there's that. My only downside with him is that again, since he's an offense character, he can't re he and his enemies need to be really close to him in order for him to actually damage people. He can't really do long distance. He's more of a close range fighter. So that's that. But even then, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not really that bad because you can still call or not call. That's just sparks only. But still, God tier. They did nerf him slightly, but he's still an S tier character in my mind. Both games he is. Next is Peach, who is a lot better than she was in Kingdom Battle. I'm gonna put her B tier. B tier. She's really good actually. Because in the original, she was like my least favorite character. She was garbage. She wasn't okay. I take that back. She wasn't garbage. She was just very meh, very meh. Her shield ability didn't do much. Again, despite having the most HP, again, Rabbit Mario has more HP, has around the same amount of HP, but with him, he's God tier. So yeah, that helps him. But with Peach, she's more of a healer, and she only has two weapons, or not. She only had two weapons in the original, same as Red Mario and the duck grenade. But her shield was trash. Thank goodness they actually fixed it in Sparks Hope because her team barrier is great. Pretty much when you use a team barrier during enemy's turn, when they attack, it does zero damage. It depends on how many team barriers you have. If you have one, you can only counter. You can only get one. If you can, if the enemy attacks you, and the second time he can attack you. But again, during the skill tree, you can upgrade it to three, so that is OP. And Peter's weapon isn't the strongest ever. Isn't the strongest. Again, isn't the strongest. Okay, I stop fucking repeating. But isn't the strongest weapon, but it's still pretty useful because it's like Rabbit Mario, pretty much where it spreads around and you can hit multiple enemies at once, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. She's surprisingly a good character. Next is Rabbit Yoshi. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did not use him that much in the original. But as compared to the others, he's a bit better than than regular Mario, but again, not as good as Rabbit Luigi. Like he's an okay character. Like his scream ability, where he puts characters away, doesn't really help that much unless you're like very low and you need them out. But that's really about it. The thing that makes him good is his weapon and his shield. It's by far the best shield in Kingdom Battle, where it doesn't do it deflects I think any damage, which is really good. It's a really good one. So there's that. That's yeah. He's an alright one. He's an alright, but definitely a way worse version than the next character we have up, Yoshi. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Yoshi. He was not. Why did he show up so damn late into the game? Like he shows up once you defeat Bowser Jr. World after World 4-5. Why the was he so damn late? But at least with him, I used him mostly every single turn because he's actually really good. I'm gonna put him below. Below. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna put Rabbit Peach in B tier. Yoshi is gonna be A tier actually. Sorry, throat's a little hurting. I talk so much. It's a good character. He's really good. I like his rocket ability. He has the same rocket ability as uh Rabbit Luigi in the original Kingdom Battle. But he's still, and his weapon is what makes it really good. It does a lot of HP. It does a lot of, not HP, it does a lot of damage. But the thing that makes him my favorite is his other ability, which I think is like, all critical hits will, all the critical hits, he puts them into 100%. And he could do it for every character. And combined with him and Mario are a great matchup. Combined with Mario's power up, or like he can make guns more powerful for a turn in the original, and Yoshi's critical thing, it makes killing enemies a lot more better, and it makes them way too OP. I need water. Give me a sec. Whew, I need that. I need that. Continuing, he's really good. And one of another ability he has is whenever he jumps from a teammate, he actually does a ground pound, which actually does certain damage in his area. So that's really good. Next, wait, give me a sec. Give me a second. Ow. All right. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I had to go had to do something for a second. Something happened, but nothing really major. Anyway, let me see if this mic is still here. Is it talking? Okay. Hello, SpongeBob 23. Or I know, not 23, 2023. That's better. Hello. Anyway, continuing. We have next we have DK, Donkey Kong, my boy himself. He's pretty good. Again, he's gonna probably be A tier because again, like Rayman or not like Rayman, but in this one they give him more mobility and they give him all the cool things like pretty much. So he's gonna be up there as one of the best characters. He's A tier. His weapon is pretty good. Yeah, I don't have much to say. Yeah, pretty much. Next is Rabbit Cranky. Also pretty good. Like I'm gonna put him below. I'm gonna put him below Yoshi right now. He's good. His vampire attacks is like that's like one of my favorite ability things in Kingdom Battle. So him using that, and whenever he jumps from again, whenever he does a jump and lands, he does like a whole freeze thing, which is guaranteed. So that's really cool. He like shoots from the air whenever he's about to land on like around enemies. So that's really good. And also his ability is basically just hero sight and sleeping, which is actually new to the series, which is actually really new. It's new. It makes enemies fall asleep and pretty much don't do anything for a turn. But yeah. But a character in Sparks Hope would do that kind of the same ability, but a bit better. Next, we now gone to the actual new Sparks of Hope characters. We have Edge, who I'm not gonna lie, she is one of my least favorites. I'm gonna put her above Mario, but not as good as Rabbid Yoshi. She's basically kind of like the same as Mario in a way, where they're average, you know? Their weapon, like Edge's weapon is okay. Her ability, yes, it's okay. Yes, it's okay too. Only when enemies are around her when they're moving, but it's not good like offensive wise in a way, you know. There's that. There's that for now. But other than that, she's fine. Like she's not devoid of any. All these characters, I don't have a single character on C tier. Like she's still a solid character overall. So there's that, but not that great. Next is Bowser, which Bowser's a big boy. I'm gonna have to put him A tier as well. He is also one of my favorites to play. He's just a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. He's honestly a lot of fun, pretty much. But yeah, this guy is great. He's great. His weapon is really good. Although the origin for it is literally it was supposed to be Rabbit Mario's weapon, but it was too heavy for him to carry, which is fucking great. That was great. But yeah, his other ability is what makes it really good, which is which is like these little like mechanic Koopa things mixed with rabbits. It's really good and just funny and just goofy and funny all around. But yeah, he's really good actually. And whenever he drops on an enemy, it pretty much has like a whole like whenever you update his skill tree, whenever he jumps like a jump boost, whenever he lands, he has like a whole circle, which actually does a lot of damage. So that's pretty good. Next we have Rabbit Rosalina, which is probably my favorite like new character. She's probably gonna go. I'm gonna put her below Yoshi, but or no, above Yoshi, but below DK. Her weapon is fucking great. I love that. It's probably my favorite weapon design out of all. It's just literally a plush Luma with a gun hidden, which is fucking amazing. But yeah, it's great. I like it a lot. I love Rabbit Rosalina as an actual character. She's adorable, pretty much, and also really funny too. So there's that. There's that. I like the design of it, and also the thing that makes her almost an S tier character is when you go to the skill tree, you can actually upgrade how many like shots she can actually. It's like a minigun. Her gun is like a minigun. It can put more like bullets in them, how many she can shoot, and then how much critical hits she can do. And it's actually like up to 80 or 90%, which is amazing to me. So her weapon is a lot more like it's one of the best weapons also. Again, like Rabbit Mario, it doesn't go too bad. It doesn't go too far, but it's not bad either. The thing that gets her very high in the list though is pretty much the ability, the book ability. I forgot what it was called, but she basically puts every enemy to lock or locking, and they can't do anything for a turn. Kind of like how Rabbit Cranky's thing is he makes them asleep, but in this one she just locks them with like a book, which is great. So yeah, that's pretty much. Yep, that's pretty much the tier list of all the characters. I would have done again the original six from I would have done the original six from Kingdom Battle, but I don't know where that is right now. So we'll do that maybe another time, but I'm not sure yet though. But yep, these are my rankings. My least favorite character is oddly enough Mario. Again, he's not bad. He's not that bad. He's not that bad of a character, and he can still have some useful tools like his hero sight. But compared to all the characters, he's like the most useless. Next we have Edge. She's kind of like Mario in a way, but I like her ability a lot. I like her Stormblade a lot more. I like her ability, and I like. Well, it's no, actually, it's okay. And her weapon is better than Mario's. Rabbit Yoshi, all these characters are solid. Like I think at the worst, it's just pretty decent, and at best, it's like really, really, really great. But yeah, Rabbit Yoshi, he has some useful tools, but not enough to really make it up a lot higher. Rabbit Luigi, definitely nerfed. He was definitely nerfed, and that's why he never made it back into the A or S tier slot. But as a character, he's still good, just noticeably worse. Peach is definitely a surprise. A surprise. She's definitely not high. She's definitely not gonna win any awards. But I love her ability, which is basically just shield people. That's great. Same with Rabbit. Peach. I love the healing ability. Although their weapons aren't the strongest. That's my only concern. Next we have Bowser in the A tier. Really good. Really like the mechanics he has, and the weapon is just badass. Next we got Rabbit Cranky. Pretty good. I love the secondary weapon he has in Kingdom Battle, like the long. It's kind of like a longbow in a way, so that's pretty good. Yoshi, a surprise banger, which makes sense why he didn't make it. Although it still boggles me that he still didn't. He like was introduced way too late into the game, so that's sad. Next is Rabbit Rosalina. Pretty good already, but way more buff. Gets way better whenever you upgrade her. Like her bullet abilities and the pretty much the percentage critical. Next we got Rabbit DK or not Rabbit DK. I'm stupid. But DK himself. Pretty good design overall. His weapon is really creative. I like the slamming ability he has. I forgot to talk about that. Sorry. His hero side is alright. And also, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about a lot about DK. His bongo ability is really great. All the music is pretty much a jam in my opinion. So there's that. Next in the top two S tiers, Luigi. Surprise, to be honest, because honestly, if we were to just do Kingdom Battles version of Luigi, he would probably be B tier or maybe A tier. Because his ability is kind of like how it is, but his crossbow, because of the crossbow, how far you can go and how much you cannot get damaged, which is amazing, and also his hero sight, which is amazing as well. But number one is Rabbit Mario. Fucking OP, pretty much. He does a fuck ton of damage, and he's just a cool character. So yeah, S tier. And also ability is good as well, so there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much all the characters. Pretty much. I think all we're missing now is just all the Sparks Hope characters, but I think I'm gonna live stream that. I think I'm gonna live stream all the characters in Sparks Hub whenever they actually make a tier list out of them because, well, come on, we need that now. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I think that might be it for the stream for today, guys. So, plus I'm tired now. I am tired. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.